What's up, guys? This is Chris from Warrior Soul Fitness. I just put up a blog today about ulcerative colitis and bodybuilding. And one of the reasons why I put up this blog is because a lot of you know I have ulcerative colitis, and I know a lot of people who have Crohn's or colitis and who are into bodybuilding at various levels. I get a lot of questions about it all the time, and I hope I can help you with some of the stuff I put out in this blog. So first things first, what you have to understand about colitis or Crohn's is that scientists really don't know where they come from. There is no known cause. But what they do know is that the symptoms are caused by total body chronic inflammation. What does that mean? Well, your body, when it gets injured or is introduced to foreign substances or infection, releases white blood cells to specific areas to try to get rid of dead tissue or to fight off infection. And for people like us who have an autoimmune disease, the human body produces lots of white blood cells and it sends them to different areas even though no injury has occurred. Now, when it does that, eventually over time, that area undergoes different forms of irritation. Pus can build up, lesions can develop, and this is where we have Crohn's or colitis at various severities. So when we're talking about ulcerative colitis or Crohn's, and we're talking about the symptoms, we're really talking about total body chronic inflammation. So while we cannot manage the fact that we have the disease and there is no known cure for the disease, what we can manage is our levels of inflammation and the symptoms that come from those levels of inflammation. So with bodybuilding, and when it comes to bodybuilding, what you have to understand is that a lot of the things that bodybuilders do can cause total body chronic inflammation. What do I mean? Well, I mean that consuming ultra high amounts of protein, consuming ultra high amounts of carbs, consuming ultra high amounts of calories can lead to high degrees of total body chronic inflammation. So one of the things we really need to consider is that 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight good for you? Is consuming a lot of calories in an effort to bulk up good for you? And the answer is it's probably not if you have Crohn's or colitis. So you really have to reconsider what you're doing there. A better marker than calories in trying to build muscle is nutrient density. Now, what that means is the amount of nutrients, meaning vitamins, fatty acids, amino acids per calorie that comes with the food you're eating. So you want to pick foods that are very high in nutritional density, meaning you're going to get a little more bang for your buck. You don't have to eat as much because you're getting the nutrients out of that food. In addition to that, the nutrients in those types of foods tend to be anti-inflammatory, so they'll help you with your situation with total body chronic inflammation. I would cut down your protein to 0.5 or 0.7 grams of 0.5 to 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight. As I've said before, studies demonstrate that you don't need more than 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight, and you could probably just get by with 0.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight to build muscle or burn fat. So get that 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight idea out of your head. So taking care of those types of nutritional changes, there's some general things that could help you. In addition to that, there's some things that you may want to introduce as practices because everybody's different and you need to figure out what's going on with you. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, one, quantifying yourself, getting blood tests, getting your C-reactive protein test, getting your hemoglobin A1C test to check your blood sugar, getting your insulin test to check insulin resistance, understanding what type of health your body's in is going to help you to understand where the inflammation and the flare-ups are coming from. So quantify yourself, monitor your sleep, understand where your stressors in life are coming from. If you're stressed, seek out stress management, begin yoga, begin meditation. And that might sound hippy-dippy, but these things have been demonstrated scientifically to be able to help you with stress management. Figure out, again, make sure you're getting enough sleep. If you're not getting enough rest, you're more likely to get into a flare-up. Identify the problems or where the problems are coming from, and you do that by tracking your patterns, tracking your sleep, tracking your eating patterns, tracking your lifestyle, understanding at what points in different practices the flare-ups are coming. So you could use things like trainingpeaks.com. Trainingpeaks.com allows you to log your workouts, log your sleep, log your nutrition, and help you to understand and chronicle all the things that you're doing, and you may be able to identify specific things that you're doing that are leading to more severe flare-ups or that are alleviating the symptoms and allowing you to go into remission. Finally, you want to solve, and you do that by changing things, changing one thing at a time, and checking yourself to see whether or not the symptoms are alleviating or not. And this is just a basic process, and I go more into this in detail in the blog, so definitely check out the blog. But these are just practices that you can introduce into your routine rather than just lifting or just exercising or just eating, that can really help you track and identify where your flare-ups are coming from. This is especially helpful because a lot of us who experience severe flare-ups, 9 times out of 10, we don't know where they're coming from. They come out of nowhere. So for all of you out there who are suffering from this disease, I can totally identify with you. I've been there before. Don't lose hope. Don't become too frustrated. Don't, try to keep yourself from becoming depressed. And really, you owe it to yourself to make different changes and experiment with yourself as much as possible so that you can figure out how you can manage your symptoms and how you can live with this disease and how you can get to your goals without giving everything completely up. This is Chris from Warrior Soul Fitness. If you've got questions, as always, hit me up at gettingshredded@gmail.com. Peace.